Hello, and welcome back to Crit Crit. I'm Sid.
I'm Axiom.
And we are continuing our discussion of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows while we play through Final Fantasy V. In the words of Old Man Henderson, that is the ugliest poodle I have ever seen.
And I'm dead. Am I gonna have to do Osmology again?
I will laugh very hard if you do.
Oh wait, no, I saved afterwards.
Oh, no laughter for Sid.
Okay, first I'm going to fix my class abilities because I had them all set to grab the blue magic.
Well, the good news is, after that, you probably shouldn't be afraid of death anymore.
Nah, I'm good.
Which makes an excellent segue because that's our topic. Fear and death. And in a book with death in the title, you can probably guess that this factors in pretty heavily with a lot of different aspects of the plot.
So, the fear of death is kind of one of those... Oh right, I can't run from these guys. Is one of those things that is basically just an inherent part of much of humanity's history. Death is the ultimate mystery. Death is a complete unknown to just about everyone. And there is no way to know what really lies beyond the point of life and death. It's been the question that religions and various other practices have tried for years to answer.
Technically, the question has been to be or not to be. Whether 'tis nobler in the mind to suffer the slings and arrows. I'll stop.
I was just gonna let you go, but okay.
We'll do Hamwood eventually, most likely.
But yeah, what I was saying is it's pretty much the biggest question that we don't have the answer to. And
this
we
actually
never
factors
will.
this factors in especially strongly because, well, Voldemort's freaking alias. Voldemort, flight from death. His entire nom de guerre is, I don't want to die.
Alright, let's fight the Beholder thing properly this time.
So yeah, the entire story basically kicks off because Voldemort doesn't want to die. He spent years trying to find ways to cheat death, to extend his life indefinitely so he never had to figure out what comes after or to give up the power he had found in life. And this turns out to be his undoing because he was going to use Harry to create his last little phylactery. Sorry, I mean Horcrux, I've been playing too much D&D. And it backfired and essentially destroyed his living body. But because he had successfully created other little soul jars, he couldn't completely die. So, yeah, the entire plot is centered around one selfish man's quest to live forever. We've seen this as early as the first book with the Elixir of Life, which needs to be taken continuously if you're going to live forever. Which, you know, kind of raises the question of why, but I guess that's just a setting thing we don't have to get into, because, I don't know, the elixir of staying alive for another 2 weeks doesn't sound as good, I guess. And, yeah, then there's also the fact that much of the book is Harry and company coping with the loss of Dumbledore, and the fear of what happens now that he is dead. Because, well, death doesn't just affect the dead. The living are the ones who have to come to terms with it, who have to deal with the loss, who have to deal with the grief and the bereavement. Funerals, for example. The dead person does not care about their funeral. Or, I mean, they might care enough to, help plan it in advance, but, well, they are not going to be aware of how well it goes off. funerals are for the living.
Yeah, I can't argue with that.
Yeah. So, to this end, we get to also see the Deathly Hallows, a Wizarding World fairy tale about basically three brothers trying to cheat death, all of whom find a different way to do it. I want a wand that is powerful enough that I will never die.
I will
Promptly gets killed.
never be beaten.
Yeah, never be beaten. But yeah, then he gets beaten, and the wand's still...
Well, he doesn't get beaten, he gets defeated using non-standard tactics, which the wand considers, that's just fine.
Yeah. But the point is, I want power. Not enough power. Not enough power to be, invincible forever. I want to be able to bring back the dead. It doesn't truly bring back the dead, it brings back echoes of the dead and drives you crazy so you want to join them. I just want an invisibility cloak so death can't find me. That one seems to work out pretty well, because he doesn't die young, he just lives a full life. And I believe it's death created like an old friend.
Yep, something like that.
Yeah. So, I guess that's the idea, is not trying to find ways around it, but just being prepared to meet it when the time comes. So... And it turns out these are not actually just fairy tales, because these artifacts are, in fact, real. Harry has the invisibility cloak, like, not one of the knockoffs, like, the invisibility cloak from the legend. Dumbledore had the Elder Wand, and also the Resurrection Stone, which he gave to Harry inside the Snitch. So by the end of the book, Harry actually has all three of the Deathly Hallows, and therefore, theoretically, is master over death. Squeak. Sorry.
But actually, that's actually a good transition to what I was going to say, is... The whole thing is that... Hi, random lady.
Wait, how has she been stuck there if there's a stairway?
I don't know.
This is a trap, ain't it?
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that was some kind of thing, yeah. But what I was going to say is, we can compare this a bit to how death is handled in Discworld, since we recently did that series. And how the different ways that death is seen as portrayed in the different series. Oh, ow! Let's not fight these things. Ow. And there's a similarity between them in the sense that death is seen as this thing that characters do all this effort and work to avoid. And no matter how much work they put into the process, they can't actually escape the effects of death. Alright, you jerks. You know what, that works. And we get into a similar situation with Harry Potter, where these characters have these... Oh, I already did this. Have these longing to avoid death by any means. Locked behind me. Annoying. And those who actually try to fight death and make all this effort to try and avoid the inevitable of their fate of just being mortal, go through all of these extreme efforts to just yep, they go through all these efforts to just try and avoid death, to try and put obstacles between themselves and their inevitable demise. And we have the characters that... Oh, there she is. She's a demon. That's why.
Surprising? Not at all.
But yeah, you get where I'm going, right?
Yeah. And this kind of sets Harry up as a massive contrast. Oh, you little froggies.
Yeah.
I like how, as a toad, you can cast Toad right back.
Yep, that's the only spell you can cast.
I like the little fighty frog sprite. But yeah, Harry is a contrast to all these people because, well, by the end of the story, he is able to access the Resurrection Stone by admitting, I am about to die. He sees the spirits of those he cares about around him, and they give him the courage to actually face death, allowing Voldemort to kill him, which doesn't actually kill him because it takes out the part of Voldemort that was inside him instead, and lets him survive. Though I suspect that was more to do with the fact that Voldemort was using the wand he was using.
That definitely plays a part in it, in the sense that Voldemort didn't really qualify to use the Elder Wand because of the way the Elder Wands
yeah.
The way the rules worked for it.
Yeah, so you don't actually need to kill the owner of the wand. You can just disarm them and you have won the duel, which is what Harry did to Malfoy after Malfoy disarmed Dumbledore. So, Harry has been the master of the Elder Wand for like a year, even though he never actually had his hands on it. But Voldemort just assumed that, okay, Snape, you're the one who killed Dumbledore. You must actually be the master of the wand. I'm gonna kill you so I can take the wand, and it still won't work against Harry, who's actually the wand's master. So, you know, maybe if he, like, read the user manual a little bit, we could have avoided most of this, but Voldemort read the manual, who would actually see that coming. But yeah, because Harry is willing to face death, he overcomes it, and then he makes the choice at the end to give up the other Hallows. Like, he just puts the wand back in the tomb, so he's never going to be defeated as the owner of the wand, which is going to break the wand's power. He's happy to just have the invisibility cloak that he's always had.
And of course, there's the implication and association of, like, a tale of humility and...
Yeah, this actually makes me wonder, would Dumbledore's plan have worked if not for how the Elder Wand handled things? Because there was no way he could actually plan for how that went down. Like, he was pretty sure Malfoy was being set up for this. He knew that Malfoy probably wouldn't be able to actually kill him, but Malfoy was able to disarm him. But he couldn't have known for sure that Harry would be the one to disarm him next. And if my theory about the Elder Wand is correct, Dumbledore's guess worked because of sheer dumb luck. So, in the end, I'm not sure how well the story communicates this lesson of facing the end with courage and dignity because of just how much random chance was involved with it, but it's not like Harry could have known that, to be sure. So, does it matter how much random chance was involved?
I mean, in the end, the results come out the same.
Yeah, which is why I'm kind of wondering, like, since we're looking at this with the perspective of this is likely logically the explanation that Harry himself would not have had access to, so it could not have influenced his decision, does it really matter? Because all he needed to do was face the end.
And I honestly don't know.
Well, it's food for thought anyway. I'm not sure really what else I could add here. Except that is a really ugly dog.
It's the ugliest poodle you ever saw.
No, that's. I think the beholder was still the ugliest poodle. Are there any garden gnomes?
Not that I've seen.
Well, okay, probably time to end this then. Next time.
See you then.